The COVID-19 pandemic has sent shockwaves around the sports world, and some athletes in the province are dwelling on what they won't get back. Colin O'Neill, who plays right wing for the St. John's Caps, says he missed out on the chance to grow closer with his teammates.
This was my first season in the St. John Senior Hockey League, and I had to get to know a lot of the guys throughout the whole season. So getting and building that camaraderie was one of the struggles, and going into the playoffs when this was on the cusp of breaking out was one of the big difficulties, because I think the playoffs is the time where you make the strongest connections with your team. It's when you're tested the most, and that would have been, I missed that part, the camaraderie in the room with the guys.
Aside from having his season cut short and having lost the shot to win the league championship, O'Neill says the loss of sports affect more than just fellow players.
Yeah, so the loss of sports in general is just a huge one, I think, for everybody. And, there's a reason why President Roosevelt wanted the Major League Baseball and insisted on them to keep playing during the Second World War. It's because sports is bigger than a lot of things. It unifies, people as a whole. It's bigger than nationality, race, religion. It's something that, no matter what your background, you can become unified through that. So I think sports is a powerful thing that the society needs.
It would be the perfect day to play football, but there are no players on the field. Football NL has announced that all on-field programs will remain canceled through July, which includes the national and regional competitions. Team sports are looking a little different this year, but Football Canada has launched Football from Home, an online option for both athletes and coaches to keep active and engaged. While golf courses have reopened and some restrictions have been lifted, Baseball NL is waiting to hear what lies in store for their season. Dave Coates is director for the CBS Minor Baseball Association and says losing this time on the field has had a huge impact on their players.
Even though our season is a summer sport, depending on what team you might be associated or what age group, there's lots of winter training programs that are being offered. And so all of those have been shut down. So for some kids, that training was essential to go into their summer programming, to try to achieve, to make a particular team this year that they were vying for.
Coates says despite the loss, they're hopeful to still have some level of baseball this summer.
Baseball NL has submitted, as all sports are doing, summer sports, a submission to the provincial government for back to play regulations. So we said, hey, here's what we think we can do to try to minimize the impacts of COVID-19 and still play our sport.
There won't be any competitive gameplay during Alert Level 3, but on-field practices will start soon. Physical distancing will be required at all times, and there will be no spitting, no sharing of equipment, and no carpooling allowed. Baseball NL says they are hoping to keep the sport as traditional as possible, and these new rules will help keep everyone safe. As the world adapts to the new normal and fans itch to get back in the stands, players have no choice but to be patient. With very few cases here in the province, some would say their future looks promising. For Kicker News, I'm Chantel Murrin.